would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me?
Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Liz, and today I have a slow homemaking afternoon clean with me. This is going to feature me making some beef stew. We had this for dinner. I'm going to be cleaning some of the kitchen and my kids' room. So if that piqued your interest, stick around and let's get into today's video. Obviously, I'm putting away the dishes that are here on the counter. That is the bulk of the dishes that you are going to see in this video. After that, I will be going into prepping our beef stew, and I will give you a step-by-step into that as well.
But just listen, I miss you, and I know that I said all these things, but...
So if this is your first time here, hey, I'm Liz. I am a full-time blue-collar working mom outside of the home. We live in an apartment. We're an apartment living family here in New England. Specifically New Hampshire, coastal New Hampshire. So I have 2 children, and I've been married to my wonderful husband, Ben, for this year is 7 years, and wow, that's so crazy. We've been together for 12. We also have 2 cats, Zaida and Maisie, and yeah, life is chaos, motherhood, all of the above. So here I am getting into the start of the prep stage of making our beef stew. I will be chopping some carrots, celery, and onions, and potatoes. Obviously your mirepoix for any stew, which is your celery, your onion, and your carrots. And I decided to take the stew meat, and what I did is I marinated overnight with some avocado oil, some garlic powder, onion powder, and I put pepper in the bag, and I just let it sit in the fridge in a gallon Ziploc bag, just so it had a little extra flavor. So when I went to go cook it and then take it off the heat, all of those nice little bits, the cooked bits that stick to the Dutch oven, would still be in there when I go to start the cooking process for all the veggies. If you've made a soup before or a stew before, you understand that process, but if you've never done it before, that is something that is key for making your soup or your stew, is having those nice little caramelized bits at the bottom of your pot when you go to cook your veggies, and you get scrape them off, and especially when you add your liquid in, it just makes everything so much better.
Tonight we could do this right, we'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning? Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow?
If you also can tell, I am a clean as you go type of cook, so every time I use something that I know I'm not going to use again, I will be putting in the sink. You're not going to see me put them in the sink, but my sink is literally right next to where my camera is, so I took out those little bits before you see me put them away. So starting with the carrots, I am peeling them. These are just ready to use carrots that you just have to peel and cut off the ends and then chop up, you know what I mean? Not the pre-peeled, the Bunny Love ones or Old House ones. I bought these when I made soup a week ago, and then we had corn chowder too, and then stew. It's been really cold here in New England, so any type of stew or soup really comes in handy for us. Oh yeah, I made a chicken, and I wanted to make a chicken and barley soup. That's why I made it, but I didn't have any barley, so I ended up using Italian couscous and Israeli couscous, sorry. And it was so good and hearty and fresh. That's why I still had them in the fridge. Now I remember. So I'm using the remainder of the ingredients that I didn't have to purchase when I went grocery shopping. And I'm just doing a simple chop, nothing fancy, nothing too avant-garde, all of you know what I mean. So while I was chopping the veggies, my Dutch oven heated up over medium-high heat. I have an electric stove, so if you're using a gas stove, you can put it on medium heat, but your Dutch oven is going to heat up faster, so I recommend a low to medium, so probably a 2 or 2.5, 3. Just so your butter, because I added butter at the bottom of the pan, so it heats up. And then once it gets to that where you feel it's hot enough, add your meat in. I just put it in the pan and I just let it do its thing for a few minutes while I'm chopping up the veggies, and then I go and stir it. I try not to move it around too much, just so that it can start the cooking process that I want. You see here, I'm just slightly moving it around. This was 2 pounds of beef stew meat, which is quite a lot of meat. a lot of the leftovers I'm actually going to give to my mom, for my dad and my brother, for when they get home from their trip today. That way they have something hearty they can eat, and especially where it's cold, is perfect for them. But the same thing with the onion, like I said, with the carrots and the celery. It's just a nice rough chop. The potatoes I'm using are the baby potatoes, so I'm just going to quarter them, and that helps the cooking process go a little bit faster. You also can use canned veggies. If you like canned veggies, you don't have to use fresh as well.
More than gold. We don't fit in here 'cause we're too broke. Thank God.
Oh, this canister that my potatoes are in, I have one for my onions as well. I got these off of Wayfair. This is from the Gracie Oaks brand, and I absolutely love this brand of stuff. It's beautiful. They have a garlic one too, but I don't keep fresh garlic in the house. I just use the pre-minced, like jarred one in the fridge. Last time I had whole garlic in the fridge, I didn't use it all in time, so it all went bad, unfortunately. But I have been thinking about just buying garlic and mincing it myself and keeping it in the fridge, because that is also something that I can do, and just having a jar and just refilling it with minced garlic that I cut. That way it has that nice fresh flavor. I do like the idea of making a lot of things homemade. That way I have it in-house versus buying a lot of like pre-prepared stuff from any type of grocery store or farm stand or anything like that, because to me it's more things that I can do to cultivate more of a homesteady feel in my home. I do love making things from scratch. This stew, I just looked up a basic recipe without red wine, because a lot of the time beef stew is made with red wine. And I just simply perused it, and then I was just like, okay, I could do this. And I didn't follow any recipe for this. This is something that I decided to do and just kind of winged it, and it came out really good. I'm adding 8 tablespoons of flour to the stew meat. This is what helps create the roux. If you've never made a roux, you need flour, butter, and you whisk it together, or you can just simply coat the flour with the butter, and it creates that much needed, I don't know how to describe it, but the texture you need to add to your liquid that thickens. It's a binder, that's what it is. That's the word I was looking for. This is the much needed binder you need to create that stew-like flavor that really makes it thick. So this part's not going to make sense to a lot of people. What I'm doing is taking the meat out that has the flour in it. What I could have done is just done a basic blanch cook on the meat, take it out, and then when I cook the veggies down, add the flour. But I wanted to put the flour on the meat. That way the base of the liquid that I'm using, which is unsalted beef broth, has something to grab onto when it's cooking. And it really made it super thick and hearty and juicy. You're going to see the clip of when it's done cooking at 4:45, because I had it on low for about 2 hours, I think. I think it was on low for about 2 hours. But you can simmer this as long as you want to. You can also do this in the crock pot. Just cook your meat beforehand and then put all your veggies and stuff in the crock pot and let it go. But I wanted to do it in my Dutch oven on the stove. Here, this is tomato paste that I'm adding to it. And I decided to add the tomato paste before I add in the potatoes. This is what gives your beef stew that reddish tint to it. I should have only added half a can of tomato paste, but it's okay. You learn from the process as you're cooking these things, and I definitely learned from this process. So what the tomato paste does, it just adds to the binder and adds to the richness and the flavor of your stew. And you're also going to add 2 bay leaves. That's what this is. I'm taking them out now and then putting the rest of them away. Bay leaves are important for any stew or soup because you want it to really resonate in the flavor. And after I add the beef broth in, that's when I'm going to add the bay leaves, just to give it that extra enhanced flavor. So after the tomato paste, add in your beef that has your roux on it. Then you're going to add in your beef broth or beef stock, whatever stock you want to use. You can also do half water, half beef stock. It depends on how like how much flavor you want in your actual stew itself. I did an entire container of beef broth, and I just simply mixed this together until you can't see some of the roux particles, and then put the bay leaves and then put the lid on. And I put it on a 2 on my stove, or a 1, and I made sure that it bubbled a little bit, and then I put it on low, and I just let it simmer for it was 2 hours that I had it simmer on the stove, just so it all came together. It all just cooked down together, and it was nice and just a simple meal. And I served this with biscuits, home style butter biscuits. It was just something simple, and the girls actually didn't eat this. They ate the biscuits, not the beef stew. Me and my husband ate it. They had mac and cheese, but we both really enjoyed it on a nice, it was actually pretty warm on the day that I made it. It was 45 degrees, but it would be perfect on a really cold day. Moving over to the sink and the counter. As you can tell, we have limited counter space in our kitchen, so that's why we have a kitchen island, because I can also prep things on there. I'm going to wipe all this down, and I'm going to use my vinegar cleanser in my sink. Also, when I was cleaning my sink, I decided to clean the garbage disposal, and our garbage disposal died. So now I have to contact maintenance about that and see what they can do about it. I don't use it all the time. And go figure, the one time that I actually wanted to clean it, it decided to die on me. So again, that's the vinegar cleanser from Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day, and I'm just using a simple round-headed brush to clean it all down. And then I just gave it a nice wipe with a regular cleaning rag, just to cleanse everything down. All right, so this is when the stew is done. As you see on the clock, it is 4:45, and this is super thick and creamy and delicious and just perfect. And at this time, it was only me and one of my girls at home. The other one was having fun with her friend. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to clean the kids' room. And first off, putting away their clothes and just taking care of their dressers, because there was just stuff everywhere. My girls love when I clean their room, because it just means that everything's gonna be clean. Yeah, that also means that sometimes they can't find some things, but that's totally fine, because they just don't like to put stuff away. They get that from their dads. That's totally fine. It is a human flaw, and they know it, and it's okay. Sometimes people just can't tidy up their areas, and that's fine, and sometimes they just need a mother's touch. So here's kind of an overview. You see that I added the desk into their room from the last video, if you saw that. This is Faith's desk, and as you can see, they've just put their makeup on it. There's just kind of like weird things on it. You're gonna see I put Faith's books on there because she loves to read, and I still have to move all of their drawing stuff from the living room into this desk so that it's all in there. It's controlled chaos in there, and they can just draw in their room, and they don't have to ask about using some stuff that's in the living room.
Oh, look, here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble and everlasting ego. Oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes.
This, if you have questions about this is a jewelry armoire that I actually got for free off of Facebook Marketplace, and the flowers on each side are representative of the girls. So Grace is the pink ones and Faith is the blue flowers, and that was something that Grace actually asked to do, to paint these flowers the different colors because of them, and I thought that was really cute. That's where all of like their hair stuff and their makeup and their hairbrushes and stuff goes. For now, once they have their own rooms, we'll have to decide which one will have that in their room, but that's a future project, a future problem that we are heavily preying on, and we are, whatever happens in the future, we are extremely happy for what will come. We are not counting our chickens before they hatch. We are just living in the present, trying to figure things out, just day by day. So here, this is kind of Grace's side of the room. I'm going to tidy up her dresser. As you see, there is just stuff everywhere, and I will be making her bed as well, because that was a giant mess. because if you also just take care of the spaces for your kids, sometimes it just needs a mom's touch, and that's what their room needed, unfortunately, today. And that's part of me just taking care of the home and making sure things are taken care of the way that they should, and just resetting the spaces for them, because I thoroughly enjoy doing it for them. And it's just the little things in life. Like today, I have a beanbag thing coming to store all of the stuffed animals in, so they have another place to sit if they have a friend over. You know what I mean? It's the little things. Just the absolute little things. So now their bedroom is taken care of, and you're going to see what happened after.
Alright, I'm at my laptop. Obviously, my upload at 9 a.m. did not happen today. This is Sunday real time as you're seeing this. You're going to see this at the end of the video or beginning of the video. I haven't decided yet. Yeah. So, my smart face decided I'm going to try Final Cut Pro for the first time on a MacBook, and it ended up crashing my MacBook. So, what I had to do was I had to restart my MacBook, and yeah, that was great. And now I have realized that I should probably upgrade my iMac and my MacBook, but I'm gonna do one thing at a time because processes. I also want to move my desk over there, but that's gonna be an afternoon problem after my daughter's play date today. She's super excited about it. Because she has to see her best friend. So, yeah, I can't believe that happened. That was lovely. Go figure. Go figure. I would do that on a day that I have to upload, because I'm just hot mess mom. I just wanted to pop on and let you guys know that, because yeah, it just insane, absolutely insanity. Yeah, it's been wild just to try and fix it and figure it out and all of that jazz. Now I have to re-download my intro and outro because it just, yeah. So that's a little update for you guys. Yeah, it's been a great Sunday morning so far.